So hi, my name's Luke Jenkins. I am a network engineer at Weber State University in Utah. And I kind of got a show and tell presentation here, Internet of Badges. So SaintCon, it's a regional, statewide, but we get folks from around the other states nearby, network and IT security conference put on by the Utah Saint organization. It used to be called the Utah Saint Conference, but we rebranded. Moved around the state a bit. It's been in Ogden for the last 3 years. This upcoming year, it's going to be down Keith's Way, down in Provo. This will be the 15th year this year, and we had 638 people in attendance this last fall, so definitely growing. In 2014, I did a badge for the conference. My background, originally I went to school for electronics, not Wi-Fi, but still do a little bit. So this was a 2014 badge. We had a hardware hacking village we wanted to do, and we wanted to give everybody a cool project to do. So if you'll see, this is all through-hole technology. Everybody put the parts together and then had about 2/3 of the people get through the hardware hacking village to actually learn how to solder and to solder the badge. But 2015, we decided, well, that was fun, but what can we do this year? Let's try and make the conference better through the badge. And so we set out, and I definitely have a lot more respect for when hardware manufacturers say, hey, that slipped just a little bit, because, yeah, there's plenty of places where our plan and our reality did not match. So here were some pictures of the development. Started with a little Atmel dev board and tried a couple different displays. First little display going there, Clint was the head software guy for the microcontroller. And then this was me doing the board layout in EagleCAD. All those straight yellow lines needed to become not straight yellow lines and actual traces on the board, so that was about 8 hours work. And then this is kind of where we're getting in. These are the first couple prototypes. And then this was the final badge. If you'll notice on the, would that be your right? No, your left. There we go. That little shiny part there with the FCC logo you can mostly make out. That is the Wi-Fi module. It's a little guy with an Espressif chip in it. Those are about $2, $3, $4, depending on quantity. So here's the eye chart of all the different cool chips we put on it. But since this is a Wi-Fi conference, I thought I'd talk mostly about how we used Wi-Fi on the badge. So when an attendee showed up at registration, rather than asking their name and digging through all the badges and finding their badge, we just grab the next one out of the stack, scan or get a code from them, code off the badge, type it in on any web browser that we've signed into the provisioning system, and their identity got pushed down to the badge, so their name and company. So that definitely sped up registration. We have a hackers challenge, kind of a do different tasks for different points game throughout the conference to get people involved and to get them to try out new things. And we'd push the score, everyone's score, to their badge. We had a little messaging system we didn't use too much, but if we had to tell somebody, hey, you left your jacket in this session, come get it at registration, we could do that. So I'm going to come up with a new term here. It's not blue dot, it's blue pixel navigation. When you've got 320 by 240, you don't have a lot of room for a map, but we did some mapping, and you go into a little app on the badge and say, hey, where am I at? And draw a little icon on where you're at. It looked a lot like a Nintendo game. And then we did some anonymous analytics off of the badges, since we knew different people have different number of devices at the conference. It might not be the same device every day, but we knew if we tagged everybody like cattle with the Wi-Fi badge, we'd know one for one. So we used the Cisco CMX version 10.2 for the analytics and the location. Unfortunately, they don't currently allow a device to say, hey, what's my location? You have to actually put an API key on the device, and we didn't want to do that. We wanted to make sure it was limited to just the device getting its own location. So we had to put together a kind of a front end for that. So if there's Cisco guys still in the audience here somewhere, there's a feature request you guys can take back. Then we drew up little zones there and got all the location kind of tuned up. Each of those were kind of an area that was kind of the level of our resolution on the blue pixel was, we just kind of kept it to which zone you were in there. So the CMX does some cool analytics, but unfortunately we couldn't filter by SSID, and since this is the union building of Weber State, my day job, classes were in session, so we had all of our normal student load in the second and the third floors, and on top of that we had all the attendees. So rather than using the CMX analytics, we just looked at the badges since we knew all the MAC addresses, and then we were able to kind of watch throughout the day and the different zones where people were hanging out. So it was fun to be able to tell which sessions were popular. So I didn't do the badge all myself. We had these awesome people who helped out, and we did have them. EMS Solutions, they're their local contract manufacturer in Ogden. If anybody ever does a hardware project, make sure you have them made nearby. There's so many times that I had to answer emails or rush out there to put out a fire. So it is open source, the hardware and the software. This is Clint's GitHub, and I put up the hardware files. So go ahead and take this, run with it. If you guys are involved with other conferences and you want to have a cool Wi-Fi badge, have at. And got a couple minutes, so can I take some questions, Keith? All right, any questions? Are they available? You know, I didn't actually, the question was, are they available? I didn't plan on making this, or to give this talk. As one of those, Keith said, hey, we still got one more slot, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to do show and tell, so I didn't actually bring one. So I don't have one with me, and we didn't ever plan on making it available for purchase. We ended up with just a few extras, so no, sorry. But the code's available. Go ahead and get you some made. One of the slides back there, you'll probably recognize the purple. If you've done any electronics, that is definitely Osh Park boards. So you could order up all the individual parts and the board and reflow it yourself. So, all right, right over here.
Is the PCB file available there as well?
Yes, the EagleCAD file, the schematic, the PCB, and the Gerbers that we sent to the board house to get them made are all available. So have fun. Let me know if you use it, but you know, it's out there, it's open. So, and I had somewhere over here, I thought I saw one more question. So, all right, come grab me if you have any more. Thank you.